Hello, hello. Welcome to my space. I hope you are doing well. So, we are going to get immediately into a reading. There was something that I wanted to share with you. I don't remember right now. I will check my notes. I think that I wrote something down about that. Things that I want to tell you before we begin. First of all, I might post here and there readings that I did before. And I didn't post them because, as you know, I already told you, I don't want to post more than 2 readings a day because my readings are psychologically heavy. Um, like they are giving a lot of information. I know that some of you are telling me in the comments that you are watching the readings a few times. So I kind of think that 2 readings, it's enough for my channel. As it's not, purely fortune telling. It's truly about giving you insights, understanding. I kind of feel that we need to digest all those kind of things, right? So I don't want to put too much on you. And so I had some readings that I didn't post for that reason. And so I posted one or two already. I might continue to post some of them because, as you know, first of all, the readings are there is no timeline, right? As I always say in my readings, it's past, present, or future. So there are some readings that I kept, and because right now the situation is a little bit complicated, um, so sometimes I might post those readings in the meantime. Is there something else I wanted to tell you? No, I don't think so. We will get into the reading. I know what deck I want to use, so I took it out already. So I will shuffle one more time and we'll get into it. I hope everything is good with you, that you are safe, that you are peaceful. Let's get into it. Let's see, what is the subject? What should I talk about with the collective? Money tree. Make choices in reverse. We are in the place of relationship, partnerships, friendships, family, work. The many choices in reverse. Many choices. Okay, I read it differently, I think. In the third place, the driving energy. It is wisdom. I love that. I love that. It's written, use your best judgment. In the fourth position, which is foundation and stability, we have authority. Fast changes in the fifth position. This is in the path change, in the path shift. Tell me more here, please. Foresight. In the sixth position, what must be done? Pay attention to things that are important to ensure wealth. Be far-sighted and alert. Okay, in the seventh position, healing, we have gambling in reverse. In the eighth position, money matters. Invest your money wisely. This is in the karma. And in the last position, we have direction. In reverse, this is outcome and integration. So, we are starting here with enjoy your wealth. Money tree. This is a deck that is about money, but not every card is about money, right? And when we are talking about money, yes, we might be talking about money, coins, but we might also be talking, for example, about energy. I remember now what I wanted to talk to you about. I wanted to talk to you about the fact that it is valuable for you, especially if you are stuck in your mind, to shift this into being sensitive to your energy. What I mean by that, it is that if you can kind of be attentive to your energy, it might first of all help you release from the mind and also open you a whole new perspective about life, about relationship, all those kind of things. So when I tell you be sensitive to your energy, it might seems like I don't understand what it means, but what might help you, it is to realize the shifts of energy. So we can talk, let's say, about mood, right? But in the mood, we have a good mood or bad mood. When we have energy, it is much more rich in terms, right? Because it might be high energy, low energy, open energy, closed energy. You can also see colors in your energy, you know. If it's passionate and fiery, so it's red energy. If you are peaceful, then it might be purple energy. You have to find what are the colors that relate for you. If you have a very open energy and you feel good and it's all, you know, open, you know, without closeness, it might be yellow energy, for example. So if you can see yourself through energy, as said, first of all, it releases from the mind, and also it will allow you to perceive how you feel when you are with certain people. So there is here something that I need to speak about. It is that with some people, you might feel that your energy is very much heightened. Pay attention to that, because at the end of the day, it's kind of important to maintain some kind of the threshold. I don't know if this is the right word. The variation is not supposed to be very high, very low. I remind you that some people are love bombing you. When they are doing that, what they are trying to do, it is bring your energy very, very high, unnaturally high. You know, I have the vision in my mind of if you are going, you know, to those parks where there is the high and low, you know, the moment that you know that you are going to fall and, you know, then the energy is very, very high. This is kind of what love bombing is doing to you. I already talked about the fact that it's very important that people don't have the ability to create this very high, very low in your energy. So of course, we don't want to be numb, but the more you are stable in your own energy, and once you are starting to perceive yourself through energy, it brings you some kind of stability, then the variation is less intense, right? And this is kind of what we want. We want variation, of course, we don't want to be numb. But if you have something very, very stable, other people cannot truly bring it very high or very low. So, what I also need to say here, it is, we were talking a lot about people trying to keep you weak. What does it mean? Very often it means keeping you in your mind and keeping your energy very, very unstable and very heightened, right? In one direction. And so one of the things that maybe we have done as a collective, going through the all smear campaigns, stalking, gang stalking, attacks, being the scapegoat, all those kind of things, we have felt the need to go into hermit mode, which was in fact a way for us to have some kind of way to bring back our energy to a very natural level. We did it intuitively, instinctively. Our body told us that this is what we need to do. We needed to create a protection. And in fact, in terms of energy, this is what it did, right? So, I'm talking to you about this energy. You might not be at a place right now where you have this stable basis, but I think that talking to you about it might help you perceive your own energy, get connected to your energy, and so it might help you develop that. Of course, when we are surrounded by a lot of toxicity, it is very, very difficult to stay in this, how can I say that, une moyenne, like this kind of stable threshold, which is not a point. There is a variation, right? But especially if you are going through healing and people are trying to destroy your healing, this is exactly what they are trying to do, right? Create this imbalance in your energy all the time, right? So you cannot feel this threshold of your own soul, but you will get there, right? I'm talking about that so I can bring your attention to that, and then you will be able to develop that, okay? And if you feel the need to go into hermit, or you feel the need to go into hermit and you feel uncomfortable with that, so I hope that this explanation of why you might have felt that at an energetical level, at a soul level, it gives you some kind of relief about the fact that it might have been the right thing for you. So you might not have understood consciously why you needed to do that, and your mind might have told you that it was not the right thing, but in fact it was the right thing, right? So, this being said, let's get now into those cards. So, listen, what's written on the first card, it is dreams come true. You will get what you have long desired, right? So as said, talking about money, but we might be talking about energy. And our feelings are part of our energy. So if you are longing for something very stable and happy, you are working on it, right? With the many choices here in reverse, we are in the position of relationship and all those kind of things. So it kind of feels that you might had to take some kind of decisions regarding people. And it was not truly a choice, it was what you needed to do, truly. And maybe other people might feel that they cannot approach you anymore. They don't have many choices anymore because maybe they took too much time, maybe they did things that they shouldn't have done, right? So this is what there is. With the driving energy here, having wisdom, it's beautiful. Because at the end of the day, your stability and your happiness might depend truly on your wisdom, your insight, the way that you are able to see what is going on and not doubt your judgments anymore, right? So, in the stability, we have the authority. It is written, be self-confident, right? So this is truly talking about you trusting yourself. I'm thinking about this wave of energy that, in fact, I see it vertically in the body, right? Something that is truly holding you. That is holding you. And so it is in your body, but it might also get outside of your body, related to your higher self or the highest or whoever you are relating to, right? So we have here fast changes. This is what this is the thing that would create a path change. So you might have had to take instant decisions, right? So it's bold steps forward. This is what is written on the card. So if you felt that you needed to take bold steps forward, just an observation, it is that very often it takes a lot of time until we get to a certain place, and then we get to this place, and then it is sudden, but in fact it is not truly sudden because there is a whole history behind, right? It's like when you are cutting off someone. You are cutting off someone. So it might seem like you are cutting them off in a second, but in fact it's not the case, right? Very often your intuition, your instinct has told you already, you had started to observe things and then suddenly something is happening. And so yeah, it might look sudden, but in fact it is not sudden, right? We have the foresight here. I love that. This is in the sixth place, what must be done. So you truly, this kind of tells me, listen, if you are trusting yourself, right, you are in authority, you are in charge of what you allow in your energetical field, right? You stop gambling. In the seventh position, we have the gambling in reverse. Gambling for me here, it is taking risks, making excuses for people, giving them other chances. When inside of you, it's your mind that might tell you, no, you are too critical, you see red flags all over, you need to be understanding, you need to be this, you need to be that. Let me just remind you, you can be understanding and still protect yourself. You understand? It doesn't go, it's not something that is opposed to one another. You can be understanding and still protect yourself, right? So here, you are invited to truly the word that is coming to me here, it is patterns, right? Observe people patterns. People are operating in a certain way, right? Like a computer is programmed a certain way. So when you are trying to make them excuses, when you are trying to interpret things in another way, first of all, interpreting things in another way, it doesn't change the way that you feel. And this is, once again, I'm bringing you to your energy. When you pay attention to your energy, it is not truly relevant at the end of the day, the excuses that you can make to other people, because you can make them all the excuses in the world, but if you see that it is impacting in a bad way your own energy, right? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, right? So observe the patterns. People are operating from patterns. If you see that somebody is all the time rejecting the responsibility of everything on others without ever questioning themselves, because we as a global, in the collective here, we have truly been through very, very difficult stuff because we haven't put filters in the past, and now when there is some kind of awakening, there is this cleansing. I was talking about the hoarder room, right, that we need to unpack. So yes, suddenly we have made excuses for people for years and years and years, right? And then we have projected ourselves on other people. Then there is this thing of, it's not about blaming others. I kind of feel that there is another energy. There is the energy of course, we can be angry, frustrated, sad, all those kind of things, right? But at the end of the day, we started by doing the work of questioning ourselves, of making excuses and everything. But if you see someone who is never questioning themselves, they are always blaming others, they might be criticizing people that they are jealous of, this is their pattern. And they will do exactly the same with you because this is their programming. This is how they are acting, right? So please observe those kind of things. Stop gambling, right? If you feel that somebody is not secure, stop trying to, just make excuses for them, trying to be overly tolerant when it costs you at the end of the day, right? Invest your money wisely, right? Here it is, invest your energy wisely, please. And this is kind of saying the integration that is needed. It is maybe to realize people who have no direction. And here, what I'm taking of here, it is people who are not acting from their higher self, they are acting from their shadows, right? We might all be acting from our shadows sometimes, but there's a difference between someone who see that they are acting from their shadows and they are trying to make a change, understand why they are doing that and how they could not do that because they feel uncomfortable with that, and people who feel very, very comfortable operating from their shadows, their pattern is karmic, this is how they are acting from a lack of confidence, from jealousy, from competition, from fear, and they are not even questioning them, right? So I kind of feel that here the integration is truly to stop, first of all, gambling with yourself and your own life, your energy. Your energy matters, it is very important. This especially talks for me to an empath, an unhealed empath, somebody who truly needs to be able to stop being all in other people's energy and bring back the energy to themselves. And so I also love that I explained to you the thing about the energy, right? Because the healed empath has this place inside of them, right? That they are very much in alignment with themselves. They see their energy and they can listen to other people without absorbing. They might still feel it. I kind of feel that it is on the surface of the emotional energy field, right? So it's on the surface, but it doesn't penetrate inside, right? So, this being said, let's get into, this is in the upright, those I don't need to turn them. Let's get into a reading. I want to take this deck and let's get a little bit more insights about all of this and what I should talk to you about. So, let's see. Just a reminder, this is a collective reading, which means that it's a group reading, which means that it might be for you, it might be partly for you, and it might not be for you. So please take what resonates, leave the rest. Don't take on yourself a story that is not yours. If I'm talking about masculines or feminines, I am not especially talking about the gender, I'm talking about the energy from where someone is operating, so please apply it however it applies to the people in your life, and this can be past, present, or future. Okay, let's see. Money tree. Tell me a little bit more. Very interesting. Okay, so we have the Four of Swords here. This is talking about healing. This is talking about taking the time to step back, right? And I kind of feel here what I explained to you about the energy, taking time for yourself to connect to yourself from a different level, calm down your mind. I want to say make order. I'm once again seeing this order room, right? The room where there is so much stuff that you cannot see anything anymore. This is kind of what I feel here. That you will truly be able to enjoy yourself, who you are, open yourself to your abilities, all those kind of things, the moment that you truly take the time to rest. If you are somebody running all the time, please stop doing that, right? This is truly inviting you to rest, to let your mind rest. It's important here, right? We have the High Priestess in reverse. This is very interesting. I want to know what's going on here. I kind of feel here that this might be talking about people that might confuse you, people that might not have any higher knowledge, right? But you might be listening to them. Tell me more here, please, about this High Priestess in reverse. Yeah, the Ten of Swords in reverse. Yeah, and the Queen of Cups. You truly need to listen to yourself, right? It is like if you were a teacher and you are listening to, you are taking advice of a student, a basic student, like a student that hasn't learned anything yet, right? So it kind of feels here that you might have listened truly, and when I'm saying listen, it is also absorbing information from people that you shouldn't have. This is kind of what I feel here. We have the Ten of Swords in reverse. The Ten of Swords, it is talking about the end of a way of thinking, right? Yeah. I kind of feel that this reading here is truly to tell you, you have the authority, you have the wisdom, and you have the foresight. So please don't allow other people to confuse you. We have the direction here in reverse, right? So you might be listening to people who have no direction. I didn't check if you can see all the cards. Yes, you can. Okay, so you might truly be listening to people who have no direction, and you truly need to stop doing that because you are gambling with yourself, right? Let's see this money tree. Tell me a little bit more here about this money tree. Now we have the devil that came out, the Five of Swords in reverse. Yeah, there are here people that might be willing to win at all cost, right? They need to be right. They need you to doubt yourself. You know, some people, it's not even that they need you to doubt yourself, but they need to win. They need to be right. They cannot accept that somebody sees things in another way. They cannot accept that somebody prioritize different things in their life, right? It's in reverse. So there is no reason for you to get into those kind of arguments. It is irrelevant, right? It's irrelevant because you are coming from a place of weighting the words that you are saying, right? Yeah, we have the devil here. Someone operating from their lower self. Yeah, there is some kind of element here of obsession. There is some kind of element of control, right? So there is no point for you here. Truly feel here we are talking about your energy, how to preserve your energy, how to not give it away to people who have no direction, who have no foresight, that are operating from a programming that they are not trying to change. The programming is related to their wounds, but they are not healing them, they are not self-reflecting, right? They are operating from a very stuck place. You need to be in authority here. It's very important for your life. You are in charge of your life, right? Many choices in reverse. Yeah. Observe the way that they are communicating, right? Observe their patterns. The sun. This truly tells me here, right, that you were trying, and I just want to say this, it just reveals your beautiful character, right? But sometimes we have to understand that we also need to preserve ourselves. It's important here because I kind of feel that you could feel that some people were attacking you, right? And it might come from jealousy, but it might also come from their own fears, right? So they are fear-mongering you. Maybe, you know, they are very traditional in their mind, and we are not talking about a good tradition, right? It's you know, they might be guided by the matrix, and the matrix is feeding people of insecurity, of weakness, right? So observe Observe, and you will realize that at the end of the day, I kind of feel that this is what most of us might have understood with time and experience, because we wanted to somehow I want to say we were dreamers, right? We were dreamers. We thought that we could heal connections, heal the world, heal this, heal that. You know? The no contact was not even an option. And I'm not talking especially about family. We might be talking about friends, we might be talking about whatever. But I kind of feel that what experience has told us at the end of the day, it is that it was a lost battle. It was a lost battle. Right? That at the end of the day, the only way to create a change, it is by us creating a change, right? Not trying to create a change in others. It doesn't work. Doesn't work. Let's see here, wisdom. Very interesting, listen. Three of Swords in reverse, right? Healing, not allowing people to break our hearts, right? And it doesn't mean that our heart will never be broken, right? It doesn't mean that. But if you have this threshold inside of you with your energy, right? Then it's there is some kind of, I want to say, some kind of protection, like a cushion of protection, right? Yeah, when you are seeing that people are acting in reckless ways, that they are operating from a place that doesn't align with you, and it doesn't mean that they need to make the same choices as you in their life, right? It's not what it is about. But it is truly here acting in reckless ways without taking consideration of the hurt that they are causing, of the consequences of their actions, right? So if you accept it, you trust your wisdom, use your best judgment, right? And it doesn't mean judging the person, it means judging you in the connection, judging you in the relationship, right? Then you can truly help yourself. Because I moved the cards because I was hoping to be able, yeah, but you can still see the card. Everything is good. Okay, let's see the authority. Let's see the authority. Authority, please. Very interesting. We have the Two of Pentacles here, right? Lack of balance. Impossibility to create the balance, right? Six of Wands. The Six of Wands here, we are talking about a victory and the support of other people, which is very interesting because I would have said, you know, it would have been more logical for me that it would get this way because, you know, you don't need the support of other people. But this is kind of telling me at the end of the day that when there is no balance and there is no way to bring some kind of balance, when somebody is all the time creating inside of you this imbalance, right? You have to get up on your horse, right? And not absorb it, right? It's crazy because it's for the first time I kind of see this card with people that might even try to attack. You see the ones here? Your ones needs to be superior. Your energy here is the one guiding you. It's the one guiding you. Let other people's energy behind if you see that there is some kind of imbalance, if you don't succeed to bring balance, right? Because I kind of feel that very often we think that it is our fault. I'm too sensitive. I'm too this. I'm too that. I'm you know, I'm too complicated. All those. It's not relevant. It's not relevant. You understand? You are absorbing what other people have told you to prioritize them over you. It's better for you to be able to maintain your sensitivity, even if it's above the average. It doesn't matter. Average. This is the word that I was searching for before. Average. Even if it's above the average, right? It's better for you to respect your sensitivity, right? Even if it means that because it is above the average, your inner circle will be very small. It's better that than to have to numb yourself totally. Let me remind you that when you are numbing yourself, you are also numbing your amazing ability to feel happiness, right? And isn't this what we want? To be able to feel happiness? If you are numbing, you are numbing. This is one of the first things that you are numbing, right? So, it doesn't mean that you need to cut everyone out, that when you see that somebody is numbed or whatever, but don't let them get into your emotional space. Yeah. Okay. So you are in authority here. If you see that there is clearly an imbalance, right? Your role is not to create the balance. In order to create the balance, we are with the two. It depends on two people, right? You cannot create the balance alone, right? Think about the thing, it's a child game, you know? You can be in the center, but if this person is not allowing this center to happen, so you are not alone here. It's not your responsibility. It is part, you need to do the work, but if the other side is not doing the work, it's not on you. It is a lost battle, right? Let's see the fast changes. It's written, take bold steps forward. I kind of feel that until now, what you have tried to do, it is to avoid outer wars, but it was bringing wars inside of you, right? The Six of Swords. We are talking about going to calmer waters. But here, what I truly feel, it is that you couldn't go to calmer waters because of the way that you were thinking. That in order to bring yourself to calmer waters, you have to change the way that you are thinking, right? And in fact, the change that you need to operate, it is all this inner dialogue that you have in order to go against your intuition, right? Because you have a feeling, right? And then what is happening, it is this space where your mind is coming in place, and you are saying to yourself, I'm too sensitive, I'm always creating issues, I don't want to create issues, I want to be a cool person, I want to be this, I want to be that, right? You want to be. This is the part that you need to get rid of. Because this is prioritizing other people on you. It's great that you want to be cool. I want to be cool. And I think that I can be very, very cool if I'm with safe people. If I'm safe, I'm the coolest person, the most tolerant, the most understanding, if it is in both directions, right? But I don't want to be cool with people who expect me to be cool in order for them to be able to do whatever they want from me. No, I'm sorry. Then I'm not cool at all. Right? So I kind of feel here that with this Six of Swords, we are talking about all this mental space, right? That this, you need to put it to the side, right? And listen to your intuition. Stop gambling. 10 of Cups. Yeah, listen to your own feelings. Give space to what you define as happiness, right? And let me just tell you something, right? If you stop avoiding to express yourself, because this is also talking about avoidance, you know? If you stop avoiding your own feelings, you will get to other solutions. Right now, the only inner dialogue that there might be, it is, I need to change, I need to change, I need to change, I need to be less sensitive, I need to be more this, I need to be more that. This is the dialogue, okay? If you stop with this dialogue, you accept all the colors of your feelings, then you open a new dialogue. Then there are solutions that can come in. Because whatever you are doing, right, this inner dialogue, it doesn't lead you anywhere, right? Because it's repeating itself over and over and over again. So when the system doesn't work, you have to find another system. So what if instead of trying to turn the mirror to you and blame yourself and trying to change yourself, you accept yourself for who you are, and then it allows you to adapt your life in a different way, right? And this is what is leading you truly to your happiness, by accepting who you are. And then from there you create. Right now, there is a reality and you are trying to adapt yourself in the reality, even if it means numbing yourself, changing yourself, adapting yourself. You know, why? Tell me more here about the foresight. Yes, putting a total ending to one way of thinking. Putting an ending. You see that it's not the transformation. It is putting a total ending to this kind of dialogue that you created, in which it is all about you transforming yourself in order to adapt yourself to the world. You have to put a total ending to this inner dialogue, right? Now you accept yourself for who you are, and now you are creating your life based on that, right? This is also when you can truly be in your soul path. This is when you can truly bring your value to the world, because you are not anymore trying to become a copy-paste of what you think that would be comfortable to everyone. So you are not in your own energy, because you are dimming your own energy by blaming yourself all the time. No, you accept yourself for who you are, right? And from there, you physically create the reality that is adapted to you. It's totally different. Gambling in reverse. Very interesting. I love to see that. I love to see that in the 7th position. Gambling in reverse. What do you want me to talk about here? This was turning, did you see? Very interesting. This is an aha moment. This is your intuition talking to you, right? This is not listening to your intuition. So you hear your intuition, and right now, what you are doing is trying to make them excuses. You know, you are gambling with yourself regarding other people. No, if you get the information, you get the information, right? And I'm talking here to people who are self-reflecting all the time, all the time, all the time, right? If you are somebody who is never self-reflecting, who is never questioning yourself, who is stubborn, then all this reading, it's not for you, right? I'm talking to people here who tend to be the scapegoat, the black sheep, the people pleaser, who always carry the whole world on their shoulder emotionally. Those are the people that I'm talking to here, right? Just to be clear, right? So if your intuition is telling you something, stop trying to make it comfortable to anyone and everyone, creating a war inside of yourself, right? No, you see something, accept it, and then you decide what you are doing with it, right? Once you accept it also, it opens possibilities, right? Once you accept it, it doesn't become uncomfortable. It doesn't become angry and aggressive. It is angry and aggressive and it doesn't come out right if you feel uncomfortable. If you feel, it's like somebody is inviting you to something that you don't want to go and you feel uncomfortable, right? So you might even be angry on them that they are inviting you, or you might need to find some kind of it's agitating you. But if you feel totally comfortable with the fact that you don't feel like going, then you simply say it won't be possible. You understand? You also find what to say, right? Because you accepted the reality. It is when you are not accepting the reality that it becomes very, very complicated. So here I will put it here. It came out like that because you might still be, gambling, right? So please stop. Yeah, the smooth talker here. Yeah, there are people here around that you might not trust, right? You know that you cannot trust them. They have shown you that their words are empty. You know that, but you are still gambling on them, right? So please stop. And it doesn't especially mean to cut them off, but stop making them excuses, right? Stop making them excuses. Then you will find a way how to place them in your life. What is here? Money matters. Money matters. Yeah. Because what's going on right now, right? All this energy that you are putting in rejecting yourself, trying to change yourself, right? This is lost energy, right? I don't know, if you are 20, maybe you haven't got to this place to realize that it never works. It never works, right? It's always the frustration and it's just getting more and more and more. If you are older, I guess that you already realize that, right? It doesn't work. So it needs to be shifted in another way. Because here we have the Nine of Pentacles. This is, you are not taking care of yourself because you are taking care of the comfort of others. This is talking about self-neglect. Not putting your energy in the right place. Put your energy in the right place. It is not in being in a war against yourself. It is about accepting yourself. I don't know why this example comes to my mind, right? But this is what comes to my mind. All those people who are married, right? And so they are cheating. And when they are meeting somebody new, they are hiding the fact that they are married, right? So they make everything complicated and they are hurting everyone. You want to cheat while being married? Be honest to the person that you are approaching about the fact that you are married. You will make it much easier for you and you won't betray at least the person that is getting into a relationship with you. It will be their conscious choice knowing exactly what they are doing, right? I don't know why this example came up to me, but this is what came up to me. So I share it with you, right? It is like put your energy in the right place, right? Clarity. Clarity. Clarity doesn't happen if you are fighting against yourself. First of all, you accept who you are, right? And then it brings solutions. Here it's like if we have a mathematical problem, but we cannot even resolve it because we haven't even decided of the value of the problem itself, right? So how can you solve it? You cannot solve it. Okay, direction in reverse. Listen, there is something here of your past, right? That needs to be left behind. So it might be people, it might be way of thinking, it might be the way that you are operating with your feelings. This is kind of what I feel here, right? And recreate. We are here with the artist. We are talking about creation, right? Create a system that works for you. I can tell you my system, but it is adapted to me. It is not adapted to you, right? This is the real wisdom. This is what truly brings you direction. It is not just being in awareness, it is also being in self-awareness, accepting who you are. And from there, you are creating with intention, right? Beautiful, I love it. I absolutely love it. The artist, it's beautiful, you know, it's beautiful. It's before the artist here, it's like in this tarot deck there are two more cards, right, than the normal tarot ends at 21 with the world, so the cycle is over. And then we have here in this deck 22, which is looking at your own mirror. I don't remember the name of the card. It is a thing with water, right? So it's observing your own mirror, and then from there you create your new reality. It's beautiful. Here it is 23. You are creating your new reality. But it comes by accepting first of all who you are. It starts there. It's written, plan where you want to be, right? Here I'm telling you, plan. It's not even plan. It is accept who you are. Stop fighting against yourself, right? This is, we put it to the side. This doesn't exist anymore. Think about the mathematical problem that is not able to be solved for the sole reason that you don't accept the first values that are given, right? First, accept the values. Accept them, and then you will find a solution, right? So, very interesting reading, I feel. Very interesting. I love that. Okay, let's go to closure. Let's go to closure. This is kind of telling me, you know, you might be surrounded here by people who have absolutely no wisdom. There is no introspection. They are not asking themselves the question, right? They are not coming from a place of self-confidence, but at the same time, they might feel a little bit superior, entitled, arrogant. It is on you to take the lead of your life, right? I know that for a lot of time, right, for me, I didn't doubt myself, I didn't doubt my value, but I knew that I was kind of inadapted in this world. So I was asking to everyone, right? Because I wanted to learn how to be adapted to this world, right? Big mistake. Big mistake. No, I needed to accept myself however I am and then create a life in which I can shine my real light instead of trying to adapt myself to a whole system that I don't understand, and I don't understand because I don't align. I don't understand how people don't understand that they are hurting themselves and keeping themselves down. I don't understand it. And I wanted to adapt myself to this. No, this is not what I'm supposed to do, right? So you might be surrounded by this. Stop asking them what to do. You are in charge. And it's especially important that you would be in charge because you are part of the elevated collective, right? The one who is healing. The one who takes decisions coming from their higher self, right? So you need to take the authority, even if, other people want to take authority over you. Even if you are a weirdo, be a weirdo. You know? Okay. Yeah, the Fool, being totally faithful to who you are. This is living in faith, right? This is the energy that you are bringing to the world towards people who might have absolutely no direction. And it's not by trying to become who they are, right? It's not about that. It's not about observing them and trying to adapt yourself, right? It's not about confusing yourself. It's not about confusing yourself because this doesn't allow you to have a clear vision about your future. This is just dimming you. No, observe yourself. Accept yourself. Right? And from there you will be able to take the right decisions. The Hierophant. The world. Yeah, there is here a cycle that needs to end, right? And we are talking about the way that you are dealing with your energy, right? Stop trying to adapt yourself to a world that is vibing very, very different than you. Yeah, because you are missing opportunities. You are missing the opportunity to be able to truly create a world that is a reflection of you and bring your own energy and your own truth to the world. By acting that the way that you are acting, if you are still trying to adapt yourself, if you are not, if you already passed all that and you are still here in the reading, thank you very much. I would love you to share your experience in the comments, right? Because I can give my experience and what I can read here, but I kind of feel that if you got to this place or you are into it, if you have some kind of advice for the collective, please go ahead, right? This trying to adapt yourself, it is only keeping you stuck, right? So it is about turning the wheel, right? Yeah. Stop judging you harshly. Interesting. We have the card that I was talking about, 22. It's the well. This is how it's called, the well, right? Stop avoiding to look at your own mirror. It all starts by you and your own mirror. Stop rejecting your energy. It is just creating burdens in your life, right? It is exhausting you. The true balance here, and I will end it here because I love to end with this card, the Temperance, the true balance comes from you accepting your energy, and from there you can create the world around you that fits your soul. You are not a copy paste of anyone. You are a soul who has a living experience. And in order to bring the best of it, it is first of all to be in authority of your own energy, right? So listen, I will leave it here. I hope that it was inspiring, insightful, maybe even healing. I don't know. I'll see you in the comments until very, very soon. Bye.